This week on Pole House Bike Pot Weekend Getaways, we're on our front porch in our kitchen. Porch kitchen.
And we're doing a beer can chicken, so stick around.
Well, hello and welcome to our summer kitchen.
Yeah, it's been a little while since we've been on doing a video. Sorry about that. We just had...
It's been too hot.
Yeah.
And then we were going to do something, and I don't know if you can tell it or not, but we got a big bare spot back there. We had a tree limb fall in on us. Didn't hurt the porch at all, but it was quite a mess to clean up.
That was a little bit of a job cleaning that up before we had a clean area to do our videos again. So.
And this is our summer kitchen, or my summer kitchen. I've been doing a lot of canning. So, welcome. What are we going to fix?
We're going to do a beer can. Some people call it beer can chicken.
Up the butt chicken.
Yeah, some people call it up the rear chicken or whatever. But basically, you take the beer can with a can of beer or whatever you want. You can put other stuff in.
Or, yeah, you could
something
use
else.
apple juice as long as
Something
it's in a can,
like that.
or near beer,
And
that
then
fake beer stuff.
Put it inside the chicken, and it stands up. And then it's supposed to be real good and moist. We haven't done one for a long time, but we've never tried one in a Dutch oven. So we'll see how that works today. So.
And we're using our tallest Dutch oven, we hope. So we're going to get things together and get right back to you. Okay, I've taken the lid off of our tallest Dutch oven. I'm going to prep this chicken by putting seasoned salt. And this is a Everglades heat. Oops, I didn't want to do that. This is something Wade got from a friend of his. I don't even know who it was. Do you?
A guy from church, Jay.
Jay Stevens. So thank you, Jay. And I'm doing all sides. Oops. We have used in the past, what's that Weber spice?
Kickin' chicken.
Kickin' chicken. Boy, that stuff's really good. Now, I'm also gonna put some spices up the butt. Okay, now, that's ready to go. I'm gonna pop the beer. This is a beer we really don't like. And I'm gonna put the beer in here.
Let's pour a little bit out, because it'll boil over. They say pour some out. We'll use it for, yeah, we're perfect.
And yes, the can is clean. And then we're gonna pray that our chicken
Will fit and then stand up.
I think it'll fit. Well, oops. No, our beer can buckled. And then I'm going to put my carrots and onions, try to create a trivet so it'll stand up. That's working pretty good.
But that's not going to fit.
Well,
okay, that's stopping.
well, it's still going to be a sideways up the butt chicken. There. It wouldn't fit, so we did a sideways up the butt chicken.
If we didn't mention this before, we're actually using a different kind of Dutch oven that we haven't used very much. See, Angel, this is a different type of a lid. It was kind of a little bit extra of a top on it. This is actually a camp chef. We don't use this one too often, but we thought we would have enough headspace
to leave our up-the-butt chicken standing up, but as it turns out, it's a sideways up-the-butt chicken.
Yeah, so that's okay. We'll be fine. Okay, so we're still using the same principle. We're going to put coals on the bottom. This is a 14-inch, so we're going to put, now we are roasting, so we're going to put a little bit more on bottom than we normally would, as if we were baking. So, we're going to put about 14 on the bottom. Gives a little bit more bottom heat. Oh, on your there.
Yes, he's very precise on how he puts his. And he don't burn nothing, so take his advice.
Okay, and then on top, we're doing the same idea. Nice.
Did you add any more to the top because of the gap in that?
We're actually doing 40 pieces of charcoal, so yeah, it's quite a bit of charcoal. But we have a pretty big area that we're trying to heat up inside there, so we're going to have a pretty good amount here that we're going to set up on the outside. We'll put a few here in the middle. All right.
Now, are you still going to have to turn this every 10 to 15 minutes?
Well, we're going to kind of see what it does. We're going to have to cook it longer than what we than you would one batch, so we're going to have to cook at least another batch of charcoal, because it's probably going to take a good hour to get this chicken cooked. So we are going to have to take the lid off once, because we're going to have potatoes in there also, and that'll redistribute that heat around. So we're probably not going to have to rotate, because it's going to be basically, with that type of a environment, you're going to have a pretty good even heat, I think. So probably won't worry about it in this case. So okay, we're going to let that go for a little bit, and then here in about 15-20 minutes we'll add, maybe closer to 30 minutes, we'll add the potatoes and then check it, and then probably have to start some more charcoal to keep it cooking. So we'll be back. Okay, so it's been 30 minutes cook time. We're going to go ahead and kind of do a quick check, and then we're going to get our potatoes added.
Ooh, it's looking good.
Yeah, it is.
Does it smell very beer-y?
It doesn't seem to be.
That's always we're not real keen on the beer flavor, are we? Probably why we never did it. Did it a couple times and that was it. This works well in a crock pot.
And I did not put any seasoning in the water on this, so I'm going to add seasoned salt to the potatoes directly.
And I tell you, this is my homemade seasoned salt. We just love it. Since we cook for my aunt who has celiac disease sometimes, we don't want to do anything that might set her off, and a lot of store-bought seasoned salt has flour in it.
Use my gloves. This lid doesn't work very good. I found out with this lid stand. Okay, so if you look here, Angel, I've got 20 more pieces of charcoal, which is half what we did if we started with 40. When those are ready, we're going to do an even spread. Probably do more on top than the bottom. Even if we are roasting, we have quite a bit on bottom. And let it keep cooking, and it'll probably be at least an hour, another 30 minutes before everything's done. We'll check our potatoes for tenderness and do an instant read thermometer on the chicken and see if it's done, and if not, we'll just let it cook a little longer. So we'll be back. Okay, our replacement charcoal is now ready. Dump it out. And we're going to put some on the bottom, some of them on top. So we're going to be about, 7 on the bottom, rest on top. Here on the bottom, I'll give it 8 on the bottom, and we're still putting them around the outside edge only, and then we'll put an even space on top. Okay, now these are about done. We just let her keep on cooking, roasting that chicken and getting them potatoes and carrots done. Okay, it's been cooking a good hour and it's smelling
very good.
Very
Yummy,
good.
tasty.
So it's a good time to check it. We're going to take this off real quick and we're going to see if the potatoes are fork tender yet, and we'll see if the chicken instant read thermometer reads that the chicken's done.
It looks like it, nice and brown on top.
Yep.
There's your fork.
Potatoes.
Are not quite done yet.
Getting real close. That one's done. They're pretty much done. Okay. Carrot is done.
Now, if you don't have one of these instant read thermometers, we would suggest it.
They're pretty nice. Yeah.
Yeah, they are. Just checking a thigh first. Not quite, is it?
Probably go a little bit more. That's the first. Let's give it a little longer. Yep.
Yeah, we're going to give another 15-20 minutes. It said it was 155.
Yeah.
They like it to be what?
I think it's
like 170.
I think 170. I think.
So we'll be back in a minute.
All right, we better cook another 20 minutes.
Oh man, it even smells better now.
It smells so good. So we're pretty sure it's done, but we're gonna kind of do a quick check here and see.
Oh yeah.
Look at that. It's already done it.
Now you're gonna. We looked it up, and it's 165.
Is in. So we'll stick it in this. I guess I gotta turn it on.
Yeah.
Stick it in this other thigh real quick. Red meat, that one's showing plenty down now. Oh yeah, we're well over the minimum, so.
Now the trick is letting it set for a minute. So when we're ready to serve, we'll be back.
Yep, right back.
We're gonna hope this comes out right. Oh, it did. Okay. The next trick is going to be flip it over, isn't it?
You gotta flip it over, and you want to cut off the whole piece of the leg.
I don't have my landmarks this way. Now I like breast. Oh yeah, it's done.
Good and juicy done.
Yep. Okay. Yeah. I'm a fork potato or carrot. or two. You fork it, I'm going to eat some too. Oh.
Isn't that good?
Mm-hmm. He's doing it the civilized way. You know, I'm surprised. It don't taste like beer. Does it? Just tastes like a juicy chicken.
Carrot. All good and done. So hot.
So,
perfect. Didn't quite work out. We planned it, but
no.
It laid down basically a basic roast with some beer in it for flavor and moisture, and
wound up cooking at what? Hour and 15 minutes?
Hour and 15 minutes, yeah. And you got plenty good and done.
But it's yummy. We're going to go in and eat this. So we hope you liked this video. If you did, give us a thumbs up. Share us on Facebook or Instagram. And don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you next week.
All right. Thanks for watching, everybody. Bye.